there's a lot of students out there, there's a lot of new drivers out there, but we're also seeing some guys who are like, I don't know, I kind of just want to get out there for a weekend and where it kind of hardly matters, just have a good time.
Welcome to episode 260 something of Inside the SCCA. I'm Brian Belansky. Hope you all having a great day, and we got a good show today. Actually, it's a show. It's not the show we planned, but things happen, and when things happen, you do the best. You call an audible for those of you stick and ball people, and we're calling an audible this morning. Joining me today is none other than you know what? I can't believe, Blair, you haven't been on since the first show. Because the first show was actually one of the best shows we did. And was it your mom who was in the chat trolling you through the whole show?
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat trolling me the whole show.
Yeah. We don't do the shows live anymore. Maybe because of you. No, I'm just kidding. It just became too hard to schedule people. And shockingly, this show was scheduled and we had a scheduling problem. So it was supposed to be Blair and me and one other person. And we were supposed to talk about a completely different topic. And that's not going to happen. But we are going to do that show soon. And because it's a great topic, and I'm looking forward to it. And
in racing, you got to make adjustments.
Exactly. This is like, an endurance race. We're halfway through it, and we had a car problem, and now we're working to fix it. So no one can relate to that in this world, right?
Not at all.
Exactly.
Not at all.
So our guy here, Blair Deffenbaugh, and one of the really good guys in the club. And I don't just say that because you're here. I've actually said that when you weren't around. And
wow.
Yeah. And which is interesting because I don't like anyone. So the fact that I say nice things about you when you're not here is you must have done something right.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah. So welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm great. I'm glad to be here. I'm happy to talk about anything inside the SCCA, really.
There we go. Well, I would like to pretend like this was, I'm just going to throw a topic at you, but we actually did decide on what we're going to do to put a show up this week, and in place of what we had already planned. Race experience.
Race experience.
It's a thing.
It is.
I think it was, there was a little introduction. We've talked about it a couple of times on the show, but we haven't dug real deep into it. We're not going to dig real deep today either, but because we're both up on time. But it's worth even doing a short show, a mini show, as the case may be. Let's do the quick 2-minute, Reader's Digest condensed version of what is race experience for those who might not be as familiar as I am.
Yes, absolutely. So race experience can mean a few different things to a few different people, depending on what you're doing. The primary part of race experience is a low barrier to entry, easy to get into road racing education. It does not replace Buccaneer Region and WDCR both have incredible schools. I got my license at Summit Point with DC Region.
Right.
This does not replace those schools. It can be supplemental to them. So
before you go, I lost my wedding ring at the Washington D.C. driver school.
Oh no!
4 months after I was married.
Oh boy.
We'll do shows like weird crap that happened at races. We'll do one of those shows, or we'll get a bunch of people to send me little videos. Sorry, whenever I hear, I love that DC school. It's in April every year.
It's so fun.
It's a great school.
It was such a good time.
But anyway, continue.
Yeah, so race experience is designed to be much easier to get to. You don't have to have any particular type of car. It doesn't need to fit into any kind of class. It needs to be a safe, sound cage. You as a driver need to be dressed in the normal road racing attire, and then we can get you on track.
Okay.
It fits beautifully into most any regional weekend we're finding more and more. But mostly it's designed to be easy to get into. Secondary to that, it's really just a low-key road racing group. So if you kind of consider the different levels of road racing we have here in SCCA, you've got the Super Tour, and it's way up there. It's really high strung. There's a live stream. There's kind of a lot going on there. If you want to be a little more chill about it, you can go to a regional weekend.
Sure.
Even at regional weekends, there's points on the line. There's stuff happening. I grew up as a regional driver. And there's, I've got a couple of SARC championships, and that's a big deal for these guys. And so what we wanted to is slot an even more chill, a more low key, and easier to get into and
I love
exist
it.
within program, and that's where race experience comes in. So there's a lot of students out there, there's a lot of new drivers out there, but we're also seeing some guys who are like, I don't know, I kind of just want to get out there for a weekend, and where it kind of hardly matters, just have a good time. Race experience, get in here,
So
get in
it's
there, and go have a good time.
kind of like a track day, but with a little more intentionality.
Yeah, a little more intentionality. Yeah.
Did I make up a word?
Intentionality?
Yeah.
Sounds made up to me. It might work, though.
I think one of the things that we struggle with, and I know we're not the only organization that does, is the barrier to entry. And, I think that we've talked about it a lot on the show. Track Night in America is the answer to that. But what happens when someone wants to go one more step beyond that? And, what is the next level? A lot of regions don't do schools anymore. There's no school in Southern California anymore, and as far as an SCCA school, and it's hard to get to that next step, and it can be really expensive. So I like and this also when there's no real rules as to what the car is, other than safe. Then you open the door to people who maybe have cars for other organizations to come and play with us on our race weekends. So there's a lot of other layers to the onion, other than just getting someone to come to a race and do an event, that I think are really interesting about race experience. What does a race experience typically cost?
So a typical race experience is kind of going to depend on the region, the regional event that you're going to. I just got back from one at Carolina Motorsports Park, where we had one there. And the entry fee for that one was about what the entry fee for the SARC weekend was. SARC being the South Atlantic Road Race Championship, which is the sort of the regional championship within the Southeast here where I live. It was about what it was, is $500, I think.
Got it.
For the 2-day event. And that might not be cheaper.
Yeah.
Outright as an entry fee than a lot of the schools, but it's a shorter event. There's fewer days on the road, and all of that kind of goes into the cost of the thing.
Right.
And also we saw out of the probably 2 or 3 of our entries were sharing a car that weekend.
Oh.
So they were, one half of the driver was entered in the SARC event, and the other half of the driver was entered in the CRE. So that also goes to kind of splitting cost up a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How many of these events has the club done?
We're working directly with regions to get them placed into regional events.
Sure.
And several regions have jumped on wholeheartedly. NCR, North Carolina region, Central Carolina region, both have pretty much bought completely in, and they have a few every single year.
Got it.
It's in the dozens, I would say, from here all the way out to Texas had a good one as well. There's a few in the Northeast. They're all over the country. And Brian, that's the other thing too, is to your point, where there is no school in Southern California, a school for a region is a big lift.
Yes.
It's a massive lift. Lift is very complicated and can be very expensive for them to try to put on. A race experience is just a group within their regular weekend. Right. So it suddenly becomes way easier for them to have way more, which gives the driver a lot more opportunities to really jump in.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to thank my partners here, and we'll get right back to it here. I want to ask you a question about basically what's going to be the experience you're going to see. And if you can think about a quick 30-second tech tip. I need a tech tip in this show. This is the part where I am going to spring something on you. So while I'm blathering on, think about a quickie tech tip for me here. And again, we're going to do this as a quick little thank you to everybody since we got a short show today. Porterfield Brakes, been with us for a long time sponsor of the Cow Club. Really appreciate everything they do for us. William Arpenterick and Associates. If you need help managing your money, planning for retirement, maybe wanting to whittle away a little money to go racing, don't tell your wife that's what you're doing, but that's how you're going to do it. Or your boyfriend. We got all sorts. But anyway, give David a call. Babyface Fabrication, one of the best fabricators out there. One of our B-Spec drivers, Josh and his wife, great people, and they are the sponsor of our Tech Tip, which we're going to do in just a minute. Ray Esports, the official esports league of Inside the SCCA, great folks there. Weekend leagues. If you're into iRacing and you might not want to do one of those official races, go check out Ray Esports. Really good people there. MB Driver Development. That's Morgan Burkhart. He is the guy who's helping me get faster. IMSA driver, SCCA Spec Racer Ford driver, one of those great SCCA families. Check out Morgan Burkhart and his driver coaching. If you want to be faster, he's the guy or one of the guys who can help you make that happen. Let's see. I'm sure I have forgotten somebody here. Solar Performance Specialties. Check out David, his folks. All of our special partners here, all of their information is in the show notes, like is always the case. All right, back here with Mr. Deffenbaugh here. All right, quick tech tip. Got one for me?
I do have one for you. If you are headed for the track, and it doesn't necessarily have to be only for road racing, if you're headed for the track, on the street, get used to being in your mirrors. Get used to checking them on a regular basis. You don't want to drive in your mirrors constantly, obviously, because then you're distracted from looking forward, which is the direction you're going. But getting used to knowing what's in your mirrors with little glances is going to give you a superpower on track.
Yep. And I would say is on the techie tip part of it, experiment with the mirrors. I like the wink mirror. Really gives you a lot of things. There's the parabolic mirrors, which will help you out, which a lot of the circle track guys use. Just don't rely necessarily, I've got this mirror and that's the only mirror I can have. There are other options out there, so check those out. Okay.
Sure.
If I go to a race experience, what's my experience going to be?
Your experience is going to be fun, low-key, low-pressure driving environment. It's not the case with all of them yet. We're still kind of putting a program together as far as the super details go. But at the CMP school the last couple of years, we found a tremendous amount of success putting a driver coach on track with the participants.
Nice.
And so I've done that the last couple of years. And it has been, even for me as an experienced driver, it has been an absolute blast. It is so much fun to get on track with these folks and just kind of watch them. You learn to kind of see attitude through the car and know how confident the driver is feeling or how the car is feeling or so on and so forth. So with my experience, I can kind of see the confidence through the car and go, you know what, that person is ready. And as a driver coach, I can sort of force these racing experiences onto them. I'm outbraking them and I'm inside of them, and suddenly we're having to go through this corner together, or I'm going to do a draft and then a late pop out so that they know what that kind of feels like. And suddenly I'm not where you thought I was. I can create these racing situations that they will eventually see during their career. And that gives them a ton of experience. It's mega hands-on. They know exactly what it feels like to be in these situations. And for me, it's super fun to create these. And this past weekend, I created this I gave them an over-under. I blew the corner a little bit and gave them a chance to do an over-under. And they had an incredible time going, I'm going to pass them right back again. It was so much fun.
And that's kind of taking a page out of the professional driver schools. That's a pretty common practice if you go to, any of the variety of schools that are out there. And I didn't realize, I went through the old school SCCA school system where it was, you do your couple of sessions, there's some classroom, you have coaching afterwards. So this was not a right seat situation. You're out there in your car.
I'm out there in my car.
Very cool. Very cool. I love that.
It was really cool. I ran some really, really long in the tooth tires.
Okay.
And that brought my pace down enough. Twofold. One, so that, I wasn't necessarily holding myself up very much to stay with these folks. And on the other side of it, by the end of the weekend, I told them, I said, don't take this as any amount of shade at all. This is an absolute compliment. I had to turn on my real race car brain by the end of
Nice.
the weekend just to keep up with these folks.
Very
And
cool.
suddenly we're racing and I'm pushing, I'm pushing and they're pushing and we're kind of learning. It's so much fun. It's really a good time.
All right, we've got just a couple minutes left. Give me two or three things real quick that people should do if they want to get involved.
If they want to get involved, one is sign up and go see one.
Okay.
I think if you're a region leader, I think you need to see one. There's a lot of questions about how it works and why it works, and I think that you should check one out. Otherwise, sign up to have one, and we'll come to you and we'll put one on. If you want to get involved, if you have some experience in this space, reach out to JK, who you had him on the show a few months ago, I believe. Reach out to JK and he'll kind of help you get to where you're trying to go. But if you are at all interested, and that's the beauty of the thing, if you are at all interested, this is not a huge 2 feet in situation.
Right.
If you even think you might want to go road racing or try it, sign up for a CRE, dip your toe in a little bit, and you leave the weekend with no commitments.
Yeah.
You can never do it again if it wasn't for you, or sign up for the next one when you get done because you enjoyed it so much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And of course, you can find JK's info, John Krolowitz, on SCCA.com. All of the contact for all of the SCCA folks are there. So if you ever need anything, just that's the easy way to go. SCCA.com. About and national staff, I think, is a button you press.
National staff, yes. And his email address is jkrolowitz at SCCA.com. The problem is you can't ask me to spell Krolowitz.
Oh, come on. No, just kidding. Common spelling. So
yeah, common spelling, yes.
All right, he's Blair Deffenbaugh, SCCA.com. Thank you for being with us. We're going to have you on again in a couple of weeks for another show. Absolutely. And I'm excited about that one as well. That's going to do it for this episode of Inside the SCCA. I'm Brian Belansky. I hope you enjoyed the show. Again, we try to put a show out every week. 260 and counting, getting ready to start season number 7 of Inside the SCCA. I can't believe we've been here this long. I'm sure none of you can believe I've been here this long either. Have yourself a great week. Stay safe and go play with cars.